Cool. Hello, everyone. I'm just going to keep saying hello. Those of you who joined early, well, that's on you. Cool. I see that everyone has joined. We're going to go to the intro section. So if there's more people that will keep joining, they won't lose, let's say, the meat of it. Going to the next slide. Well, we've got us, the team. For those of you that see us for the first time, we've got Vincenzo Vlad, our CEO and one of the co-founders. Round of applause for our CEO, who just nailed some few opportunities that they're in the process of cooking. We'll find out more about that in the next webinar. We've got also Alexandru Constantin, our CDO and co-founder. So basically, if you used the platform, you've touched his glorious work. I'm Andrei Kirvase, growth officer. If you've seen ads, articles, blogs, or I don't know, influencers, maybe that's what I've been done. And Lorena Gabor, COO. Well, she should have been boo because now she's a ghost. Her camera isn't working properly, but she's the one that basically answers all the messages and takes care of all of us. So we work together. Now, jumping ahead, this is going to be mostly Alex presenting us with great new changes that you can already see some of them on the platform already. And maybe you were like, well, this is new. But Alex, I'm going to hand it to you. Steer this ship as well as you can.
Thanks, Andrei, and good evening and good afternoon, everyone. So as Andrei alluded to earlier, this session will be about all of the new features that we have added to the platform over the last couple of months. So this is the work of the entire team, and also a couple of teasers for the features that are coming up in the near future. So I'll exit the presentation and move over to what we call our staging environment. So this is where we test all of the future features. So every time we build something new, it won't arrive yet on the main platform. It's first deployed or released to our staging environment. So there's one request that came from multiple users, especially users from outside of Romania. And that was the expectation of two-factor authentication using an authenticator app. So this is something very common in banking applications. And if you've ever navigated to your profile and you've gone to the fourth section here, the other, previously we had a small switch where you could enable two-factor authentication. We actually now have added a third option, which is Authenticator app. So by default, when you create your account, you don't have two-factor authentication enabled, but now you have the option to either enable email two-factor or enable the Authenticator app two-factor authentication. So how about I do that now for this account that I'm logged in? So I pressed Authenticator app. First, it's asking me for the account password. So this is a security feature. So it's not possible for someone to make this change instead of me. So I entered my account password. And then, as you're familiar with, you get this QR code that you need to take your phone, you open your Authenticator app. So that's what I'm doing right now. In my Google Authenticator, but you can use Authy or you can use my Microsoft Authenticator and so on. So I'll take this, I scan the QR code, and I go to the new entry in my Authenticator app, which is Stock.estate and my email, and I have to enter the Authenticator code that I can see here, 506. Oh, sorry, it actually changed, 067093. And that's it. Now I have two-factor authentication enabled. So next time when I log in, I will be prompted to enter the two-factor code. So what if I do that right now? So I log out, I log in again. This was a special email plus circle. I have to enter my password. And then I'm prompted to enter my 6-digit code, which has changed in the meantime. 166 654. There we go. And we have that nice little animation when I log in. Again, I'm in the staging environment, so if you see big numbers here in terms of investments, this is not real money. This is fake money. I even have an account that has like 100 million euros in it. So yeah, this is the first one. I know many people were looking to secure their account to feel safer. So now we have two-factor authentication via TOTP. That's what it's technically called. So this is the most secure way to authenticate in your account. Okay. With that out of the way, this is another one that came from the people, which is I have an investment. So let's say I go to active opportunities. I like this campaign. And let's say I want to invest 100, like a big amount, 100,000 euros, right? But I don't have enough money in my wallet. I don't have 100,000. I only have like 60,000 at the moment. So what I have to do now is to go to my wallet, transfer the money, and then finalize the investment. So that requires 2 steps, right? Because I need to go make the bank transaction and then log in back into my account 1 or 2 days later when the money has arrived, which is a bit annoying for investors because they have to log back in even though they wanted to finalize the investment. So now, actually, when you can, rather than just being able to rather than having to relog in and to finalize the investment, when you press add funds to wallet, you can select the amount that you need to transfer, but you can actually finalize the investment right now. So you can input your signature right then and there. That's why, Andre, maybe I know some of the investors have already been using this feature. So you can look at the contract, but you can sign it right from this dialog here. And when you press add funds, it will mark this investment as automatic finalization enabled. So when this amount, which is the remaining 39,000 euros, arrives in your account, the investment will auto-finalize. I won't be able to demo that here, but as soon as the money arrives, you will get an email telling you investment has been finalized. So you don't have to go in and do the manual step of finalizing the investment yourself, which is a nice little touch and peace of mind to know that your investment spot is reserved and you don't have to remember to log in when you get the email. It will be done for you. Okay. Let me go back to my list here. Okay. So we have TOTP, two-factor authentication, auto-finalization. Let's move on to one of the most requested features, which is being able to fund your account, not just via bank transfer, but also via card or crypto. So this is something that is still being implemented. This is not a released feature on the main platform, but very soon you will be able to fund your account using either your card. Obviously, this incurs some fees that the processor charges. So we will have to pass those down to the investors, unfortunately. But I know some people want to transfer money faster and they are fine with the small processing fee. Or some people have money locked up into crypto assets. And rather than having to sell them, convert them to fiat and have to pay the taxes to convert to fiat, they would rather convert them directly into another investment. And this will be available very soon, hopefully sometime this week. So maybe let's just do an example card payment. So you click add funds after you selected the amount, and then you don't even have to leave the platform. You input here. Again, we're using fake money here. So I'll just put in my fake details. There we go. And it takes like a couple of seconds, and this will function exactly the same in the real environment. Now it's processing the transaction. In case 3DS confirmation is required, you'll get it in that dialog right there. If not, then you get the money direct in your wallet. I had 57,000 before. Now I have 58,000. And I paid only €5 or something around that number in fees. So that's card in crypto. Crypto functions slightly differently, meaning when you do this, you will be redirected to a dedicated site that allows you to convert your crypto either from an exchange or from a wallet. So if you have your money in an exchange, you'll go for this option. If you have it in a wallet, and you have many options in terms of what type of crypto you can use. I'm pretty sure there are in the final environment there will be more cryptocurrencies, not just the ones that you see here. These are only the ones available in the sandbox environment. So I will cancel this one and go back to Stock.estate. Okay, cool. So with crypto and card payments out of the way, we move on to something that has been sitting in front of our eyes for the last couple of minutes, which is the improvements in the My Funds page. So if you remember, this was one of the first pages we developed back in 2023, 2024. So it was in a state that really was asking for a bit of renovation, let's say. So that's exactly what we did. So we have these nice two little tabs here. The functionality is virtually the same. It just looks a bit nicer. I will cancel this bank transfer just so it doesn't stay in the way. So you see your wallet balance and your bonus balance, and you can switch between your deposits and your withdrawals. And all the functionalities as you've already known it, but it just looks a bit nicer. Okay. Next one on the list. We have an MCP server. So for those of you who are AI aficionados, who have been using things like Claude Code or Codex or, I don't know, GitHub Copilot, God forbid. If you're using any of those, then now you can actually integrate and pull information about the active campaigns, about statistics. You can basically make investment decisions with ChatGPT, with Claude, with Codex, and it will give you the latest information all the time because it can access it via the MCP. So the problem is if you go right now to ChatGPT and ask it how much money was invested on Stock.estate, it will give you a wrong number, most likely, unless it's able to go to Stock.estate, go to the statistics page and understand where that figure is, which most of the time it won't do. It will just pull the figure from an article that it stumbles upon, let's say, which will most likely be an old figure. However, the MCP allows the agent to pull the latest information. So if you want to compare campaigns and you don't want to go through the UI, you prefer to chat to an agent, that's exactly the purpose of the MCP. So actually I have my agent here. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, this is the Codex app. So this is basically ChatGPT, but essentially the Claude version of ChatGPT. And I've already run the command to install. So that is the command here. I've run it, and now I have the MCP already set up. So I can be like, I don't know, use the Stock.estate MCP to tell me about the latest campaigns. So it will do a bit of thinking, as we know agents usually do. It will look through the MCPs and figure out which one is the Stock.estate MCP. So I don't know why it's answering so slowly this time. So maybe ChatGPT is a bit slow to answer. Oh, there we go. Let's wait for a bit longer. But if it takes too long, I'll move on to the next topic and come back later. So the MCP is a collection of multiple tools that the AI can use. And it's essentially a way to see behind the scenes in our backend and extract the public information. So we can see here that you can see the 2 active campaigns. If you go to Stock.estate right now, you'll see that these are the 2 active campaigns. And all of the figures, you can trust that these are the right ones because those are provided by the MCP, right? It also gives you the link to the actual campaign. So I don't know, give me the link to the KISS document. I think it's KI like this, doc for NDI campaign. There we go. And it gave me the PDF directly, so I can look at the KISS, which, by the way, you should be doing. So if you ever want to invest in a campaign, please look at the KISS before you do that. Let me move back to the platform. So that's what the MCP is. If you use agents and you like using agents, I know many people are getting more like agent native and are using agents for investment decisions and for everything in their life, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. So we wanted to publish this MCP to help people use it in the right way and not, I mean, I've seen ChatGPT answer in a wrong way the questions about our platform because it was using outdated information. So now we are solving this problem by having a public MCP. Okay. MCP out of the way, let's move further. The next topic that I wanted to cover is a menu entry that we've added a while back that maybe not many people have noticed because we haven't really announced it. And that's the notification preferences page. So I know some people are annoyed by our emails. Some people think we send too few emails. Some people think we send too many emails, too many notifications. Well, now you have a page to exactly tailor each and every type of notification. So you don't want our newsletters, just uncheck it from here. You don't want new campaign launch emails, just uncheck it from here. So rather than marking it as spam, please don't do that because that hurts our domain. Just go here and just choose the emails that you want or don't want. Obviously, the required emails, like if you send money to the platform, you cannot deactivate that notification because that's very important to let you know via email that you received the money. That's not configurable here. But everything that's promotional in any sense of the word, that is fully configurable from this page. Previously, you weren't able to unsubscribe from notifications, but now you're able to do that very easily. I think there's a small problem with the layout. I can see Vincenzo, but I cannot see the screen, so I'm not sure exactly what's happening. Let me try it this way. I moved our faces to the left. Maybe it won't glitch anymore. Okay. So notification preferences, check as many as you want or uncheck as many as you don't want. The last one that's been, again, sitting in front of our eyes all the time is the full redesign. This is something we released a couple of weeks back. So you will have noticed that we have a full refresh, let's say 2026 look for the platform. So that means all like buttons look nicer. The hero has this nice backdrop, all of the nice little pages. Like there's a page dedicated to the borrowers. They can fill out a form. So if you're a borrower and you have like a real estate project that you need funding for, this is the landing page for you, and you can fill out a form, and you will be contacted by us if we deem that your project is fundable. But yeah, more broadly, the whole platform has been redesigned to look nicer, to behave smoother, especially on the phone. So this goes to the mobile app as well. And all the small little bugs that we've been seeing or encountering throughout the months, we have bundled as part of this little update. So now the core web vitals, for those of you who are familiar, are all green. We have like the fastest loading platform, I think, among all the platforms in Europe, meaning we have optimized down to the latest kilobyte, the JavaScript bundle and the images and everything. So the site should load very fast, even on slow devices or on mobile phones, or I don't know, you're in the elevator and you don't have connection, it will still load fast. Another thing that's not visible here, but I put it on the list to be mentioned, we have very much revamped our security. So we have things like ways to detect bots, ways to detect security breaches, classifiers to detect suspicious activity. The reason I'm saying that is maybe some of you have been seeing a forbidden error when you're trying to do something. So this is the actually the classifier that I have implemented that classifies suspicious activity, and sometimes is a bit too trigger happy. It's a bit too eager to block certain requests. But don't you worry, whenever a request is blocked, I get an email. In the first days, I got like 200 emails a day. So most of them were legitimate, meaning it was blocking bots or legitimate attacks, but some of them were actual legitimate people trying to do, I don't know, either to finalize an investment or to make a deposit, and they were being blocked by the classifier. So I have tuned it to be less aggressive in certain cases. But I guess the thought that I wanted to get across is the fact that we are working for you to create a secure place for the data and for your investments. We have backups and backups of backups, and we have security measures and different ways to prevent attackers and the zero trust infrastructure. Okay, there's one more thing that I want to cover.
Perfect.
Yeah. Just like Tim Cook or Steve Jobs used to say. There's one more thing. And that is the secondary market. So this is the thing, the elephant in the room that's been sitting in, even if you go to Stock.estate and you click secondary market, you'll get a teaser page that this is coming soon. We actually have all the development work done for the secondary market, but we're still waiting for the license. So we have already sent all the documentation to get the license to operate the secondary market, because as you know, we are a regulated entity. We cannot just go about and launch new financial products like a secondary market without having it thoroughly reviewed by a financial authority, in which case in Romania, this is the ASF. So secondary market. Luckily, we are in the staging environment and we are using fake money, so we can see how the secondary market will be working. So I have kindly created a secondary market offer. So actually, let me log out. And I will log in with another account real quick. So you can see the full experience. So yeah, this is the account that has a lot of money. There you go, 10 million euros. So one should love to see that. Again, this is fake money. So if I go to my listings, I will see that I have already listed an investment. So just in short, for those of you who don't know, when you place an investment on our platform, it has a maturity date. In this case, for example, this one has 12 months. So you place the money, you get paid interest for the 12 months, and you only get the principal back at the end. So if you invested 1,000 euros, you will get your 1,000 back at the end. So that creates a problem. What if after 2 months, I need the 1,000 euros, something happened, I have an urgent thing that I need to pay for, and I need the money. There's no way to do that on Stock.estate right now, but there will be in a couple of months when we launch the secondary market, and that's the problem that this solves. It creates liquidity for you, so you're able to sell your investment. The way you will be able to do this is you will see all of your investments in here, and all of the investments that are in the reimbursement period, will have a sell button. So you will be able to list them for sale. And you get this nice little dialogue that helps you select a price that is competitive. Obviously, if you try to sell it for exactly how much you invested, nobody will buy it because it has no special value. So this is like the whole. So if you invest 1,000 euros and you expect to win, let's say 1,100 euros, you cannot sell your investment for exactly 1,100 because that's exactly how much the person will be getting. You have to sell it at a small discount. That's why you're investing on Stock.estate, because you put 1,000, you win 1,100. You cannot sell it for exactly how much you will win. It's like when you sell a used car, you obviously discount it a little bit. So that's what you're going to do when you list it on the secondary market. And this will help you set a price, and then you can publish your listing. So now if you go to your listings, you can see now that I have two listings. One was the one that I had before, and the other one is another project here. So now somebody has to buy those listings, right? I can view it, but obviously I cannot buy it because this is my own, right? So I will log in with another account, and I will show how it works from someone who is looking on the secondary market, not to sell, but to buy. So the way this would work is I look at the current projects and maybe I don't want to invest in none of those, right? Maybe the interest rate is too low, or maybe I just don't like them, or I want to see more variety, right? Or I can buy something at a discount from the secondary market, right? Because it's going to be cheaper. Maybe someone is in a hurry and wants to sell something at a steeper discount, and I can get a very good deal, right? It's like when you want to buy a car, you look on the secondary market for cars, and maybe you can find a very good deal, right? Okay, let's try and do that. Let me log into the other account. Oh, I have authenticator. Okay, 645-709, 6445. So now you can see that it's actually working. Actually, I showed you before. Okay, so I go to the secondary market and I see there are two things on sale, right? So I can see that the Timișoara chalet has a really crazy return, right? Because this person decided to sell it for a very, very steep discount. That's probably not going to be the case in reality. You're probably not going to see something that has 25%, but it's very likely for you to find deals that are very good. But let's say I am very greedy and I don't want 20. It goes a bit lower now because the platform also takes a small commission from this transaction. So it goes down to 23%, which is still huge. But let's say I'm a very greedy person. So actually I want even more. So I want 25% net return. So this means I'm not going to buy it for the listed price, but I'm going to submit an offer, right? So I pressed submit offer. So this sent an email to the person that listed created this listing. So I'll go back to that account again. I think I entered the wrong password. Yeah. I'll go to this account. I'll go to my notifications and I will see that I have offers. Obviously, I have also received an email. I won't show that part, but I have received an email. Someone placed an offer on your listing, and I have the option to either accept or to counter. So I can be like, okay, I don't like 64,000, maybe 64,300 works. I won't do that now because we can go on forever. But let's say I'm happy with 64,000. I'm very desperate to sell it, so I will accept, right? So now I accept it, and it's pending funding, meaning the other person needs to finalize, meaning I accepted. It's like if you've sold something on Vinted or OLX or something, you can send offers and you can respond to them. It's like a back and forth negotiation. So I'll go back one last time, and then you'll not hear my voice anymore. Let's go here. I'll have the two-factor again, 226-159, 159. And I'll go back here. Your offer was accepted, right? Complete your secondary market purchase. Okay. And I can confirm and buy. Yeah, there's an error. There we go. We ran into the first error. But what happens now? What happens now is you can sign the contract, and it's like when you buy an investment. This is the infamous forbidden suspicious activity classifier that is also working and staging. But you confirm, and now this investment moves into your investment portfolio. So you're going to see it here, and you're going to see the original contract, and an annex will be added to that contract with your purchase. So you will be owning that investment contract now. It has been transferred in your, let's say, property. And you're making 25% interest on that, which is absolutely crazy. But this is fake money, so you can make infinite money anyway. So I guess it's not that crazy. And with that, that's a little teaser of what the secondary market will be. We are very excited to launch this. I know a lot of people are asking about that. We have articles in Germany, articles in many places that are comparing our platform to other platforms. And basically they're saying Stock.estate is perfect, but it doesn't have a secondary market. Well, Stock.estate will have a secondary market. So with that solved, I think we will cleanly be the best choice on the market to do real estate crowdfunding investments.
Cool. Thank you so much for your presentation. And I don't think I'm speaking for everyone, but I'm excited about the secondary market because this is a new layer that we're really excited about, the liquidity one. Of course, I've got a million questions, but I personally am going to ask them in private because we do have a backlog of questions already. Sorry for us quite skipping ahead. Just to make a quick recap. So basically, we're getting stronger account protection with TOTP 2FA, smoother investment flow through auto-finalization. We're getting more fund and flexibility with card and crypto deposits, greater portfolio flexibility via the secondary market, improved funding pages, better transparency, AI assistance, customizable notifications, a complete platform redesign, security and bot protection system so your account is safer, faster performance, and better scalability across the platforms. Now, it's a good time to jump into the Q&A sections because we do have some interesting questions. Some of them are not on topic, but really interesting nonetheless. First of all, we basically have another slide with the full experience of what the full ecosystem means with these new features. So they all work together. So you have a better decision-making matrix with the AI assistant, a better platform. So there's no glitches. It works fast on any device, etc. It's more secure, and you can use any currency. This is the goal, not, of course, any sort of currency. Of course, we're euro-based, but you can use multiple options to top up. Now, jumping ahead, we've got the active opportunities. So we've got NBI for Yacht Kid with up to 40% annual return. And we've also got Holos Medical Center. So if you want to check these out, we strongly suggest to just scan the QR codes on desktop. Or if you're on mobile watching this, visit Stock.estate. They're the current opportunities. And in the future, I don't want to spoil it, but we might have some more interesting campaigns. Now, jumping to the Q&A section. Let's start with the first question. We were some time ago, you were offering Italian real estate. How can you tell how, based in Sofia, you can guarantee a safe investment? So it comes from Gisline, and Fake, I already see you smiling, so you can just go ahead and answer that one. You love these.
Ciao Gisline. First of all, we are based in Bucharest, as you know, and as you came to visit us. What can I say about Italy? I mean, it's my second home. So for us, it's easy as it is in Bucharest to get network offers to do the due diligence and the legal setup. Yesterday, I was in Turin because we closed the final paperwork for the campaign, the Via Cernaia campaign. So I came back yesterday night. And why Turin? Because it's a city of northern Italy where there is the biggest Romanian community in Europe. And there is this really nice network of Romanian entrepreneurs in real estate and construction that really are doing really nice things. So for our audience that is mainly Romanian, makes sense to have even other offers outside Romania to diversify the risk and the offer as well.
Cool. Thank you so much for the answer. I suppose this is a matter for Vincenzo. Yes, it was, Ghislaine. Yes, it was. Jumping to the next question, which was in Romanian, asked by John. Is it possible to see the transaction history for the wallet? There's errors that appear that lead to the disappearance or the appearance of funds, and John can't see the way behind it. Basically just have a history of all deductions from the account or all additions.
Yeah, or you have that already. So John, if you go to your account and you go to My Investments, there's a transaction report. So this one, you can choose an arbitrary date interval and you can generate, and this will give you a little spreadsheet and will show basically all the money movements. It will show whenever you've invested something, if you receive some bonus amount, if you withdraw the money, if you deposit money, any money movement that has to do with your wallet, that will be there. And there's also a summing column that shows exactly and will align perfectly to your current. Sorry, I went to the wrong page. That column will sum up to the 58,000 in this case of your wallet. So it will basically explain if you can't justify why the amount in your wallet is what it is now. You'll have all the history in there.
Yeah, perfect.
And if there's any issue, again, there's a chat here. You can at any point send us a message. Initially, there's an AI that answers, but if you request a human operator, then we will get notified, then we will answer as soon as we can. So if you explain the problem that you're encountering, we'll get to the bottom of it, and we will fix it if there is a problem, or we will explain if there isn't.
Yep, perfect. So coming to the next question, which is more of a props or a kudos, should I say, to you, Alex. Very nice idea with the AI. Adrian, for example, implemented a internal platform, and he uses that to make investment decisions. And now he can directly access the data. So we do have one user who has a use for it. At least
That's
one.
great.
We have at least one.
That's a win. That's a win in my books.
That's huge. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
that's actually the
Sorry.
ICP, right? For this, you want to take investment decisions. You use AI agents to do that. I personally do that as well. I have agents hooked up to my investment portfolio, and now I can hook it up to Stock.estate and take investment decisions as well.
Yeah. Coming up to the next question from Ghislaine, which do we have at the moment a balance sheet about the platform?
So for this year, it should come up in the next days. by the end of the month. Of course, we do have it each year. It may not appear publicly, like if you look in a aggregator of balance sheets online, because is a different reporting than the one that is used by the aggregators online. So it's the same IFRS, is the same reporting as banks, and it doesn't come out publicly if you just Google it. But for your curiosity, we have closed last year, still bringing money from home, but as volume. What we have done last year, we have duplicated the first quarter of this year. So this means, as you can see, even in the statistics, a really big growth of the platform. Maybe this year we are going. This year it should be the first year that we are fully profitable. We will also publish them somewhere on the website, as it is best practice for the European platforms.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for your answer. I hope that clears it out, Gisline. Going to the next one, Adi tells us that we should add a confirmation dialog when you press the accept or reject for a secondary market, by default with the focus on cancel, so that you do not accidentally accept it. Very good feedback. Thank you for it. We'll take it into consideration. Gisline says, so sorry for mixing up Sofia with Bucharest. Don't worry, they're very close. At least you didn't go for Budapest, which is another mix-up. But yeah, don't worry. Christy tells us that there is an error choosing the date for generating income statement and transaction report. When changing the date for the starting date, it's also changing the end one automatically.
I think I know some people have had issues with this sort of input. It's similar to if you've ever booked flights.
Yeah,
it's the same type of input, so it's a bit unintuitive. So when if you press the right one, obviously it will take you won't know the first one. So if you have to press the one on the left, and then you press the one on the right, and that's how you get the actual interval. So let's say I move over to April 10th, and then I can put May. So April 10th to May 26th.
Yeah, so you basically have to first click the start date and then go back to the end date. To me, it's more logical. Yeah, trust me, Christy. I work with Google Ads where they have this, the thing you're speaking about, and it keeps bugging out. This choice is much cleaner if it works
there are many
as
ways
intended.
to write it. Obviously, you could write out the dates, or you can have individual date selectors for each. We went for this. So if the bug report is more specific, maybe there are situations where it doesn't work. But if that's the case, if you can send us a screenshot or a detailed explanation of the bug. And as you know, we have a bug bounty. So if you find a bug on the platform, you will get a small bonus for helping us making the platform a better place for everyone.
Yeah, so crash our platform. No, I'm kidding.
Crash staging. That's fine. So if you wanna attack something, attack staging.
Cool. So it's been 45 minutes, and it's been it basically ended up very nicely up to the point. So we're just going to wait one more minute as we present our socials. So of course we got the platform itself, we've got the app. If you don't have the app, download it. What are you doing? Just download it. It's so much easier, and you also get notifications. You're the first one to find out about opportunities. You have all our socials, so whether you use LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or you're watching us on YouTube, just make sure to drop a subscribe or a follow or add us on LinkedIn. Cool. Thank you for joining us. See you in the next one.